Hey, Mets fans, what's good? It is Uncle Freezy in the place to be. Welcome to the New York Mets Lounge. I'll be joined shortly by our guy, Jay the Chosen One. He's on the way. We're going to come through for a little bit, talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. We're going to talk about these New York Mets, the impact of spring training, what some of these guys look like, the World Baseball Classic. Some still talk about some position battles. Jonathan going down, and how we think this thing will shake out based on the way that guys have been performing. Want to start with Mark Vientos. For those that don't know, I am a huge Mark Vientos fan. I don't even call him by Mark Vientos. I call him Swaggy. Right? I am on the Swaggy train. Here's the thing with Swaggy, though. Swaggy has not been performing up to where we'd expect for a bat-only guy. Let's not get it twisted. Mark Vientos, Swaggy, is a bat-only guy. Have bat, will travel. That's Mark Vientos in a nutshell. To expect anything more from Swaggy, I think is probably being a little too optimistic. But what I will say, though, is the upside of Vientos, if the bat comes along, is tremendous. Right? I always looked at Mark Vientos as if everything falls right, a fantastic six-hole hitter with above average six-hole hitter power. A guy that could probably bat about 270-ish. 270 probably. Thus far in spring, and based on last year's performance, me being the biggest Mark Vientos guy, I think we may be at the end of the road with Swaggy. Right? Because basically it boils down to, do you continue to gamble that Swaggy will find it in New York, or, hey, look who's in the building, salute. What's good, boss?
Chilling. Salute King, salute Mets, Lounge, family, salute Mets Nation. I'm listening to you. I was going to hop in a little, finding what you were saying a little interesting there, so I wanted to listen more because I'm here I am.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just a couple other things with on the Swaggy thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the guy from Locked On Mets. I forget his name. The Locked On Mets guy. If you're watching, salute to you, man. I just can't remember his last name. I know his face for sure. Right?
Is it the taller guy, little deep voice, little goatee, that guy?
Yeah, him.
You're the man, my man.
Yeah.
Hope to do something with you, for sure.
Yeah, so I heard him talking about Vientos, and though I've seen most of his spring training at bats, I didn't look at the math, right? In my mind, I'm looking at like the ball. I'm like, oh, he was on that pitch, man. Golly, he just barely missed. God, he fouled that ball off, man. He's right on it. But then when I heard the guy from Locked On Mets, I was like, ooh. When it comes down to it, whether he was on that pitch, whether he just missed something, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, Mark Vientos has been a major disappointment in spring training. Right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing for me, right? Here's the thing for me. I think Jacob Reimer can bat 4 for 23 in spring training. Right? I think you can get that from your AA, your single A guys, 4 for 23.
So you get Ryan Clifford.
Yeah, Ryan Clifford could give you 4 for 23. If Vientos is going to earn a roster spot, if Swaggy's going to earn a roster spot, you can't give Swaggy that roster spot. This has got to be it.
And Swaggy P is a package deal in the waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the good news is he has a track record of being able to play in high velocity, meaningful games and halfway carry a team. He has a track record of hitting 25 plus home runs.
Yeah.
And a guy who could third base or DH for any team right now.
Right.
But he is a C at third.
Right.
And he's been a C at bat or less.
Right.
JJ, my man, salute to you, brother.
Yeah. The thing with Vientos is clearly he's got the confidence to perform at the major league level. Clearly, he has a natural ability to thrive at the major league level. His issue has been and is and maybe will always be consistency. Right? Because the thing is hitting 17 home runs is great. Right? That's great, right?
Right.
Except when they're unpredictable home runs. Bro, you hit a 3-run jack when we're winning 6-0, and now we're winning 9-0. Basically means nothing. Right? It's stat pad. Yep. Right? You know what I mean? We're losing 11-1, and you hit a solo shot in the bottom of the ninth. Basically means nothing.
Exactly.
Now, the Swaggy that performed in the playoffs in 2024, if we can get that on a slightly more consistent level, then now we're cooking.
Exactly.
Right now we're cooking. Right, but the thing is the Mets are in a situation where they have to get dependable at bats every at bat of every game, all season long, all the way through Game 7 in November.
Yep.
And if you can't provide that, then we have to give those at bats to Polanco or Tauchman, because we know those veteran guys will. Yeah. Those at bats they're veterans. Those at bats will count.
MJ Melendez?
Possibly.
We'll see. But yes, everything you're saying is on target. I really believe that he and Mauricio, who else? A few of the pitchers. I think they're They're package deals. For my man Nick Kurtz. I know pipe dream. I know JJ. I know everybody's thinking it, but he denied the turn down. He turned the athletics down, and we are in need for a first base power bat, above average hitting first base, above average fielding. Something that we haven't had
You
in a
willing to come off
long
the Carson
time.
bench for him?
I would. Let me tell you, if Beatty, I believe Beatty can play third, second, first, right field, pitch. Who knows? But he could play the other ones. I said for sure. You know, Ron Darling said something when I was watching the game earlier that Beatty's instincts just look supernatural, or more naturally seen in a very long time.
Mm.
We're probably going to need Beatty to play third. That's why it's so disappointing. Even though Polanco hit a bomb today, I think it's so disappointing that Vientos is crap in the bed the way he is, because Polanco plays good at first, and we could rotate Vientos Beatty at third and not lose any power or anything. We're fine. But Beatty hit really good against lefties today.
Hit.
Yep, and he made a diamond. Yes.
Here's the thing, though, right? Because I would love to be with you, but if you're asking the Sacramento A's to trade a 22-year-old, if you're asking them to trade a 22-year-old power hitting first baseman that bats 290 and is going to hit you 30 to 40 home runs every year for the next 15 seasons, you know you're going to have to come off of Carson Bench, AJ Ewing, and maybe Jacob Reimer. You're gonna and here's the thing though. All those guys that I just mentioned, are older than Kurtz.
Yep. And here's something that I will always live by. Go with what you know.
Right.
We know Kurtz could hit 36 home runs, hit you 300, hit you 100 something.
Play decent first base.
They're going to say give me McLean and Bench, and we're going to say no. But what we will do is give you Reimer, Santucci, Vientos, Mauricio if you want them. Shit, we'll give you a couple start because they have no starting pitching over there.
Right.
We'll give you a couple of our starters that start now.
Yeah.
Over there. We can win them over with keeping our two best players, farm guys. No doubt about it. And the only other guy that I don't want to get rid of 1,000% is Ewing. Everybody else, Ewing is crushing it down there. Clifford is an if. Oh, I don't want, and Lambert. Keep Lambert, of course. You know,
for Kurtz, bro, you know this dude is like a 21-year-old Jason Giambi right now.
Right, more better. He's a 20.
Oh, 22. I'm sorry, 22-year-old Jason Tatum.
Yeah, 22-year-old. Like who was he's a right-handed. Because Giambi wasn't all that as a fielder,
No, he wasn't.
right? He could hit. He could hit. He could also take steroids. He is an athletic upgrade at first base. Pete Alonso.
How big do you think he is? How tall do you think he is?
I believe he's 6'2", 220, something like that.
My man, he's 6'5", 240.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry, I knew he was big. 6'6", something 250. That's what I meant to say. I just looked him up the other day. Look, you know how many times a day do I call say Nick Kurtz?
Bro, the guy is 6'5", 240, top 5 pick.
Yep, put him and Sacramento is developing a team with a bunch. I wanted to decimate them early, but they were looking for little outs. Like they just got the deal of a lifetime. Last year, JJ will tell you, I was talking to JJ and Kevin. I hope it pops up. Yo, we need to go get Brent Rooker. we need Rooker. Rooker in the outfield. He's a great outfielder. They gave him a 5-year, $60 million deal. 5 year, $60 million deal. He is easily worth 7 years at
30 million.
300, 400 million.
Yeah, easily.
Easy.
He's there now, right?
Say again?
I think he's there DH now, right?
He's there. He signed that 5-year deal.
Right.
Love to take him too off their hands. I wanted him last year when they wrapped him up, and they got a first baseman, they got a catcher, they got guys who can hit. They got the center fielder I love, but they don't have no starting pitching.
Right.
Not giving them McLean. I'm giving them Tong.
Right.
And if anybody says they're not giving up Tong for Kurtz, they have no idea what they're talking about. Because the fact is that what we're missing is that. And if they're saying, hey, just believe in us, we'll give you $60 million for 5 years. And we say, hey, believe in us, we'll give you $360 for 5 years. Come on down. Ooh, 6'5", 240 in the middle of that lineup.
Yeah.
It's like turn back time. Like Pete just jumped back in the lineup, but bigger and better.
Yeah.
And look, it's not a pipe dream because he turned them down. It definitely is my dream.
Right.
It is a nice dream. Yes, and McLean starting tonight. But
I'm searching for it right now to see if I can.
Yeah. So I know Rooker got the 5 year $60 million. I know he just turned down the A's. Kurtz.
Yeah. But he's got arbitration years too, right?
I believe he has arbitration years. I believe you dangle a tongue. I'm going to say some stupid things in a few minutes. I really am about to say some really stupid things in a few minutes. Like, This guy is so good. Dangle, Tong, and Santucci. You ain't got pictures? Dangle them. Dangle, Reimer in there, and then also give him Vientos, and also give him Ronnie Mauricio. Shit. Also give him Jap Shomanaya, who was from the A's for a bit. So give him back. Let him be their fifth pitcher.
Yeah.
I was reading all the things that people are missing. They said that the A's have no pitchers. None. Ooh-wee! We got some.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something that might make you sick. I give him Scott for him. And I'm going to tell you why. He is an everyday player.
Right.
And I like Scott. And it has nothing to do with the surgery or nothing like that. But McLean, we know McLean, Scott, they would love to have him.
Right.
You could keep the rest of everybody else. Give him Scott, Tong. You might not even have to go down to Reimer and all them. And give them Vientos and Ronnie Mauricio. Now you got a shortstop, a third baseman. They got good. They got good hitters.
Right.
You know, but they don't have. You know, it doesn't hurt to try that. I think it would. I think it's a serious try. Like a serious try. I would do it if I was Peterson, Dave. I always get his name wrong. Stearns.
Right.
I'll be on that phone every day. All right. What else? Now McLean. What else? That
you really like that.
Really. Oh, I love the kid. I love that kid's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I love that kid. And look, you said, look at the size. You said, oh.
Right. No, he's a big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
just getting started.
Yeah,
you know,
he's a big kid, right?
Yeah. But that's an if, right? So, but you know,
right.
That the A's are getting better. They're looking for pitching. They're going to have to come up off of somebody, and they already have a couple guys who hit very similar power-wise for them last year.
Right.
Soderstrom and McGlears or Sangliers.
Langoliers.
Yeah, Langoliers. You know, they got a Butler who can steal and play the center field like nobody's business. Jacob Wilson, who hits 3-something.
Lawrence Butler, yeah.
Lawrence Butler's a monster. That's who I wanted over Robert Jr.
What channel are you? Just real quick, I just need to. What channel are you watching the World Baseball Classic on?
Well, right now I'm about to watch the. I'm still watching the game from earlier because this is the Polanco. This is the Polanco home run, everybody, that he hit earlier. You see that all right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can't show that on YouTube though, because YouTube will flag us.
Let me take it off.
Yeah, YouTube will flag us, bro.
All
Yeah,
right.
and they're so finicky. Like
Ooh, yeah, they really are. They
yeah,
are.
they'll flag us and not flag others. I'm not for sure how that works, but I've been dealing with it for like forever. I don't know why they always try to get us. Right, but
Uh,
man,
right. Because I see it on everybody else's. Bang! Oh my God! Sheesh! And that, you know what I like about that? That was right-handed.
right, right. How confident are you in Carlos Mendoza?
Eh, I got a lot. I got a lot of thoughts about a lot of things, right? And the one thing I have is Mendoza came over here. He was a coach on the Yankees. He also brought his bullpen coach with him. The one I met at the church. I told you I went to the thing. I met him.
Yeah, the one that stretched
Uh,
out Holmes.
mhm.
Yeah,
And I think that he's a good coach. I'm not sure he's a good manager,
okay.
right? I'll give you a good example. Do you think that Jesus, Bo Bichette just raking the whole summer? And then I'll find that thing for you in a minute where they hit playing. He was a good coach in the Yankees,
Right,
right? He was a very good connector of young people. Obviously, bilingual is helpful in today's game.
right.
I think that's a big deal, and people need not to overlook that. You know, that's a really big deal. And I just think he's a good coach. He's not a good manager. I don't think he managed, per se, the Vientos Beatty thing very well.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Just because you're not doing good for a little while does not mean that you need to continue to switch the lineup on a regular basis. How do
Okay,
you get continuity like that?
that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Man.
Give a guy a 10-day period, 20, 15 days. He doesn't do it, he's on the bench. He doesn't come back or he goes down.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I totally forgot about it. Your boy, man. Alvy. Another bomb today.
Right. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, listen, we are looking really, really good right now. My concerns are, that's funny you brought it up, managing.
Right.
How good first base will be. How good third base will be.
Yeah, on the managing thing, though, just to stay on the managing thing just for a second.
Say
Um,
that.
are you saying managing overall, or are you talking about in-game strategy? Like, are you confident that he can manage a bullpen in game?
No, I'm not fully. I'm to say fully confident. I'd be lying.
Okay.
Yeah, Not fully confident. How about you? You fully confident he could do that?
I'll throw a scenario out here, and that way you can think along with me, right?
Okay.
Say it's late May. Guys are just about to start getting tired, but not really, right? So say you've got about 2+ months into the season where guys are still kind of fresh a little bit from the winter, but not really.
Right.
And say you're facing a righty dominant matchup on Sunday, right? But it's Friday night. And you have two lefties. Say your starting pitcher is a lefty, and you have a lefty in the bullpen.
I'm with you.
Do you burn that lefty Friday and Saturday, knowing you may split the series against the Dodgers and you may need that lefty on Sunday to take the series?
Okay, I'm 100% where you are.
Those are the type things that worry me about Carlos Mendoza.
I'm with you 100%. I think that I've seen him do silly things like that before.
Right. Or another scenario for us, right?
Yeah.
You're up 5-1, right? And say whoever, Christian Scott is cruising. Christian Scott, it's 5-1, right?
Right.
And Christian Scott is in the 5th inning, right? 2 outs, runners on first and third, right?
What's the pitching count?
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get because I want to have each pitcher come in with a clean slate with pitches, right? But you have Christian Scott, runners on first and third, and no first and third and 2 outs. Do you go take Christian Scott out of the game, go to the bullpen, and start burning arms when you have a 4-run lead, 2 outs, but the danger is runners on first and third, and it's the top of their lineup? Do you go burn the reliever because you don't have faith that Christian Scott can get you 1 out? These are the type of scenarios that worry me, because if you start burning arms, because think about it, if you bring a reliever out, say with say whatever, I don't know what the rule is. Maybe guys have to face 3 batters now. I forgot, right? But say you go get a guy, you lift a guy, right? And then that guy, that reliever, he does get that 1 out,
right?
But how often does a reliever end the inning and then start the next inning? Right? Now you're thinking like, you burned the reliever. He only faced 1 batter. He's done for the night. And now you're on your 3rd pitcher to start the 6th inning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These are the type of scenarios that worry me about Carlos Mendoza. Now, I know it all depends on if you're facing Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei. Of course, you don't want Christian Scott to give up a 3-run bomb to Ohtani, right? So of course you go to the bullpen, right?
Right.
But then at the same time, if it's the Braves, do you go to the bullpen? Because even though the Braves may not be great historically, any life you give the Braves, they beat us.
They'll take advantage.
They find a way to beat us. Any sliver of hope, they find a way to beat us. Right. And so these type situations are the ones that concern me about Mendoza, because the analytics are going to tell him all the scenarios. And then he has to make the decision on his own. Like, do I trust Christian Scott right here? What's his fastball? What's his fastball doing? Are they on his fastball? What's his secondary pitches doing? What did the catcher say? Is the catcher giving you like, or
Yeah, right. Is he calling? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is
Yep.
the runner? How did the runners get on first and third? Did they hit two shots? Were they two sharply hit lasers hit to the outfield, or was one a dribbler to third base? Somebody beat it out, and then he stole second, and the other guy walked. Like, how did they get on base? Like, all these scenarios in my mind is what worries me about Mendoza, and they should worry you as a Met, not you per se. I'm talking about to the chat.
Yeah. No, I got.
You as a Mets fan, and can Carlos Mendoza manage these things? What if you have what happens when Juan Soto's bat goes cold? What happens when Juan Soto hits his 2 for 20? Do you consider giving Soto a day off? Is it offensive to Soto? Guys that like that, like the guys like that like to slug their way out of a slump, right? When, for instance, another thing, when Lindor gets back, do you immediately put him in the lineup, or do you play him a day, sit him a day, play him a day, sit him a day? Because we all know Lindor always starts the season off cold.
I hear you. Yeah.
So these are the type things I'm thinking about when it comes to Mendoza. That's why when I ask you, I'm like, oh, I hope you don't ask me, because I got like random thoughts in my head about Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza for me is very I personally think he needs more time as a coach. Okay? Way more time as a coach. And I'm not talking about managing, I'm talking about coaching. I'm talking about real coaching. You know, what's the word I'm looking for, I guess here? I haven't been impressed with him. I'm not highly impressed with him. I'm not. I want to be highly impressed with the guy who's managing my team that's supposed to be going to the World Series or battling those big bad, Los Angeles Dodgers. I need more. I need more. And I don't see it. I don't see it. But I need more.
Let me tell you what I think. I feel you. I think the first mistake is when you know you're moving Bo Bichette to third, and you know you're moving Jorge Polanco to first.
Yeah.
The first mistake I think they made was not going out and getting a certified, bona fide, right, highly reputable bench coach that have helped other stars transition to another base on the dirt. For instance, if you know you're signing Bo Bichette, if you know you're going to move somebody to first, why didn't you go after Ron Washington? You remember Ron Washington used to be the
of course, I love Ron Washington, who actually coached Washington. Yeah, yes, I loved him.
I think that's mistake number one with Mendoza.
Yeah, you always go. You like I hate to bring these teams up, but like, you know why I thought Torrey was great from in the beginning, and he wasn't great. Remember, Torrey failed twice, a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Don Zimmer and others came in, baseball savants.
Right.
And they said, and he trusted them and he ran with them with what they felt, what they were saying.
Right.
You need that on your team. You cannot, I can't say even more than that. You need that on your team.
Right. Right.
And when you don't have that on your team, It's just tough. It's tough.
I think that's the first mistake with Mendoza, right? Here's the second mistake with I think with Mendoza, not establishing a true pitching rotation. And so for chat, listen, I know what a pitching rotation is, right? But I'm just going to explain what a pitching rotation is, right? A pitching rotation is not about how the player in a certain spot rotates into his spot. A pitching rotation is a accumulation of certain type guys. Like, for instance, in order for your best relievers to stay fresh, you have to have inning eaters. Right? Because if you don't get innings eaten by your rotation, guess where those innings are going to be eaten from? The bullpen. Right? We saw it last year, where a bad defense led to a tired bullpen, which led to a collapse. Right? It was a reason during the season last year, everybody was like, oh my God, the defense is so situationally bad that we're burning out our arms in the bullpen. Now guys like Stanek come into the game exhausted and look like a bum, when if he was just a little bit fresh, he could get that fastball over the plate. Right? And if you're Edwin Diaz and you're like, okay, the manager is the same, the defense is the same, the bullpen for the most part is going to be the same. Why would I stay knowing I'm going to be tired all year? Like, they didn't make improvements enough for me to stay here. Plus, the Dodgers are already World Series champs. Why not just go play for the Dodgers? They can every 2 out of 3 days in 2 out of 3 games, not 2 out of 3 days, because he won't pitch every 2 out of 3 days. The season's too long. But every 2 out of 3 games, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes there'll be a travel day in there. Say he pitched the first 2 games, you're up 2-0 in a series. The third game is the rubber game. It's not even a rubber game because you already won the series. Now your 8th inning guy can get a chance to go out there and get some saves, save your reliever from the Pittsburgh flight, and he'll be the reliever when you touch down in Philly. He can come out of bullpen in Philly. Like all these scenarios, like during the course of a season. And with the rotation, I felt like Mendoza, instead of saying, hey, guys, we're going to go 5-man rotation. Now, I understand the general manager has a lot to do with this. I understand David, whatever his name is, Stearns.
Stearns, a lot. Too much.
Him and the pitching lab have a lot to do with it, right? I think the thing is, man, ultimately, somebody has to say, okay, if we're going 6-man rotation, tell these guys in December we're going to a 6-man rotation, right? That way these guys have all winter to prepare themselves to be off for 5 days, right? Now these guys coming up, and your Noah McClains, your Jonathans, on their day to pitch, instead of their fastball sitting at 96.5, 97, with the extra day off, they're sitting at 97.3, 97.5, something like that on the fastball, because they have an extra day's rest and more in the arsenal to pitch that day. But when you're, we're tinkering with the idea of a 6-man rotation. Bro, these guys came in thinking they were going to pitch every 5th day. And now if you go to every 6th day, now biorhythms are off. dudes' routines are off. Like Jay, I'll give you an example. When you wake up when you wake up in the morning and your guy says, "Hey Jay, instead of you drinking your coffee at 7:45 when you touch down in the kitchen, we want you to start drinking your coffee at 12:50."
Yep, changes things for me.
Like something small, right? Coffee is coffee, whatever. Because coffee's good.
Yeah.
But if you've been doing this for 50 years,
yep,
it throws off. And I know all of this is not a Mendoza thing. I think it's a how does Mendoza manage this thing? Right? Like how do you teach the guys in this thing? Right? Like for instance, no, Carson Bench is not going to be the center fielder. It's going to be Luis Robert in center. And so we're going to try Brett Beatty in left. Remember the whole Brett Beatty in left thing?
Yep.
That was a thing, right?
Big time.
And then about a month and some change ago, we're like, no, Soto's playing left.
Yep.
now we're like, no, is Brett Beatty's going to get some reps in right field? What? What are we doing? Man. What are we doing?
What I think we're doing is we're playing around too much. It's like, and pardon me, I was just doing something over here for a second. I'll put my face back in a minute. I think that we're playing around too much. We're expecting certain things to happen when we should know for a fact that this one thing will happen,
right,
and this other thing will happen, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we're not. What's the word I'm looking for? We're not relying on. They're relying on stats that are not always the answer. Eyeball tests, stats, other people's views, how the game is going. Each game is different. A feeling. You know how many times you go with your gut feeling, how good that is to go with the gut feeling? It's like, and you get it right. So I just don't think he's a gut feeling guy. He's a. I think that you get a chance. They give me a chance right now, and they tell me, look, you're gonna be the coach of the New York Mets, but we're gonna be texting you a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna be texting you a lot, buddy, during the game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it because I want to be the coach of my team that I want to be. And this guy just wanted to be a coach, a manager. I mean, because he was a coach already.
Right.
And you do it. You say okay to it to a point where eventually you're really like, I'm wondering how many. I think this. Roberts out in LA, he's a manager.
Right.
But his team is easier to manage. Right? They threw a lot of money into them. They got people on the bench. There's a lot of pitchers, whatever it might be, but they gave up a lot too. Who I thought was a good coach, the guy from the Milwaukee.
They went to the Cubs.
Yep. Really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Counsell. Craig Counsell was also a good utility player and a good infielder. I will say this, that oh, did I lose?
Right, we lost Jay. Okay, maybe it's something about the Cubs that maybe it's something about the Cubs that Jay's internet didn't like. I think maybe his internet didn't like the Cubs. There he is.
You're not. You're not. I pressed the wrong button.
Hey, so did Mendoza a lot last year.
A lot, and he's older than me, and I'm turning 50 on Saturday. 50 on Saturday.
Wow.
That's how I know this year the Mets are winning the World Series, the Knicks are winning the championship. I know because I'm turning 50 this Saturday. Look, I think that this is his year to prove himself. I'm gonna give one thing on his side. A lot of youngsters came up, and we cannot forget that Alvarez, Beatty, Mauricio, Vientos to a point, because Vientos played a lot more than the other guys did. They were all right. Sanger's injury consistently. Minaya was hurt. Getting all these backup pitchers to perform as starters. Diaz being out of the year. I think that I'm going to give him a pass for that. But that's when you should even shine more, because now you got to show me how you really manage when you don't got the people you're supposed to have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I will tell you this: I am thrilled today. Robert Jr. is, I think he's playing a game tonight. Bichette's looking off the chain. Carson Bench is the real deal. And it's very exciting to be a Mets fan right now. We are loaded with starting pitchers. We have starting pitchers that could be long relievers. We have long relievers that could be middle relievers. We have middle relievers that could be setup men.
Let's do a deep dive into that then. Let's talk about it.
All right, good. Let's do it.
One name I want to throw at you is Kodai Senga.
Kodai Senga. No longer should we do a 6-man rotation around a man that has not been going past 5 innings, a man that could be a 1.5 ERA guy if relieved in the 5th inning, and we know that's what we're going to get from him.
I got a pushback thing on you. You know how we always joke about content creators, like, I got to push back on that. Like,
yeah.
This time.
I know one guy who's dying to do everything. All he does is push back. Not you. Yeah. Oh God.
Biceps like this from all the pushback, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. He just bench pressing pushback.
The pushback.
So,
yeah. I'll say this about Kodai Senga.
Yes.
I don't think it was Kodai Senga's fault in his decline. I think the decline of Kodai Senga was the decline in the Mets defense. The Mets defense was abysmal the last few outings Kodai Senga pitched. Now, I'm sure he finished last year in AAA. He could, maybe he could. But here's the thing. Here's the thing for true Mets fans that watch Kodai Senga pitch and know who he is. His strikeout pitch is a forkball. Right?
Ghost fork. Yep.
It's a ghost fork, right?
Yep.
So he just based off of that, he is a ground ball pitcher, right?
If they hit it, yep.
You're right.
Exactly.
If they hit it, and let's assume they do, because major leaguers are good, and even though Kodai Senga is good, so he's going to get hit. Every pitcher gets hit, right? So the difference between Kodai Senga in the early years and Kodai Senga the last couple years is the defense was bad. Like legitimately, what's the guy? What's our guy? Not LOL Mets. What was the thing? The singer.
Are you talking about
I know what I'm talking about.
LGF? No, not LGF. What was it? Iglesias.
Yeah, bro. When your defense had he and a solid third baseman and Lindor and Senga on the mound, your defense up the middle was fairly decent.
Oh man, I loved it.
And I'm not knocking Jeff McNeil. Jeff McNeil is a sure-handed guy. He's not a range guy. Like if he gets to it, he's as sure-handed as they come. Whatever position Jeff McNeil plays, if he gets to it, he's as sure-handed as it. Yeah. But you can't take a second base, center field,
left field,
right field guy, and then have him play second base and think he's going to be Robbie Alomar, because he's not. Because if he was Robbie Alomar defense, you would just keep him at second, right? The thing is with our guys, and if we're not too careful, Noah McClain may see some of that this year too. But when you're a ground ball pitcher and your infield is not Marcus Semien, Francisco Lindor level, some of those balls are going to scoot through to the carpet, bro.
Yeah, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be 8 of them. It could be one ball scoots through that a career second baseman would get to, but it scoots through because you have a utility man there. And now you have to face another batter. And that batter happens to be Shohei Ohtani. And say Senga strikes out Ohtani, right? Say he strikes him out on 6 pitches. Those are 6 high leverage pitches. There's a difference, like between striking out the 9th batter and then facing probably one of the greatest players since Bonds, right? Ohtani is probably this generation's Barry Bonds, right? Barry Bonds and Randy Johnson in one person.
Yeah, he is.
Right. And so while it seems like I might be nitpicky, man, listen, all it takes is for a ball in the dirt past the catcher, a ground ball to first base, and that is a runner on third with 1 out. Right? Yep. And now you're in a high leverage situation.
Yep. I mean, I agree with you on a lot of that. I also think his body, something happened to him where he injured himself.
He lost velocity. That's just all to it.
Yep. But then he got hurt, legitimately hurt.
Right.
And then he got hurt again when Pete threw behind him. the everybody that wants to tell me that Pete was above average first baseman.
On a ball with.
Well, it was a gimme. It was a gimme. Right next to him. Anyway, the man has, and I've seen it so many times. We've seen it. I think that when you get a Japanese pitcher, and this is why I say I would trade all those pitchers for Kurt. When you get a Japanese pitcher, you have to lengthen your core out from 5 to 6 because that's what they were raised on. I think that this man could come back and be productive and be. Remember, before he got the first injury that put him out,
he was MVP.
He was going for the Cy Young.
Yeah, Cy Young caliber. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.07, 1.27, some dumb crap. And he came back. He gave us a few good innings in San Fran. He gave us a few good innings here and there.
Yeah,
I think that he should be now back at either a bullpen, a trade, or you start the man. You tell him we have confidence in you. We're doing a 5-day rotation. We need you to get 5 innings. Then you could put in Tobias Myers. And that will be the every time you do that. Or you could throw them off and bring in a lefty.
Yeah.
And go to the bullpen.
But that's the thing. Bullpens generally don't have 3 lefties in it, though. You usually have a lefty specialist. Fortunate franchises may have 2. You know what I'm saying? But when you get 3 out there now, you just like tempting fate. It's 3 lefties out of the bullpen, you just begging for somebody to have arm trouble somewhere. Right?
Right.
I don't even know why. It just seems like that, right?
Well, I'm glad they have 3 because if one has arm trouble, then we'll have the normal amount.
Right.
I think he's workable. I think that okay. If they were toying with a couple of trades that I saw through a wire. Senga was involved in one. Mania was involved in the other.
Okay.
I think I sent you the one with Mania.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly who it was for at this moment, but I know that like we had to put cash in there and all that.
For Giancarlo Stanton. That's my trade.
But there's nowhere for him.
For who?
I wish.
For Stanton.
Where's Giancarlo Stanton going?
That he's our DH, everyday DH, bro.
Then where's the other guys going? Where's Polanco? Where's Bichette? Because I think towards the end of the year, we're going to see ourselves needing Bichette every single day at that 300, and he is not going to be at third base.
You asked me where they're gonna go.
Yeah,
they're gonna go to hell if they don't pray.
Yeah, they're going to hell if they don't pray. That's a fact. That's a fact. They're going to hell if they don't pray. Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. But and you know what? Stanton has a great. You remember, it wasn't Judge, it was Stanton that carried the Yankees in that series they lost, but it was all on him.
I don't want Stanton. I don't want Stanton But if you're asking me to bring back quality for Manaea, I think that's the quality for Manaea. Right? Like they get their lefty pitcher that's gonna eat a few innings, and we get a right-handed power bat that may be the most powerful bat of this generation, and Giancarlo Stanton. It may be Judge, it may be Stanton,
maybe Ohtani,
or maybe Ohtani, maybe Cal Raleigh, right? But Stanton is in it. Maybe Pete, whatever the guy is that used to play for first base, Pete Incavilla.
Yeah, there was a Peter somebody. Yeah.
But the thing is with Giancarlo Stanton, the reason why I think it's value is because if you have a lineup of Lindor, Soto, Bichette, right, with Giancarlo Stanton batting behind Bichette, right, and then Polanco as your consistent first baseman bat. Now, I'm not saying his defense is going to be. I don't think his defense is going to be that, right? I'm just saying.
No, I don't. I think it's going to be probably, and this is going to sound crazy, and then I want to hear the rest of your lineup. I think it's going to be the same as Pete's. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably, maybe worse.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe worse.
But the thing is,
but not like Bichette's will be. Anyway, go ahead.
But the thing is, the reason why Giancarlo Stanton makes sense is because you want Dante Bichette getting fastballs in his counts. You want Juan Soto and Dante Bichette getting 65% fastballs, right?
Yep.
That's what you want, because you don't want to tempt fate by walking the bases loaded and having Giancarlo Stanton up in the four hole, and you can't pitch around them because you have Jorge Polanco right behind them, a professional hitter.
And right behind him, you have Alvarez.
Yep, and Robert, and
right, and then Robert, and then Ben.
Yep. And so the thing is, the reason why I say Giancarlo Stanton is because of the $29.9 million in salary he's owed.
Yep.
The Yankees paid 19.9% of that, and the Tampa Bay Rays paid $10 million of that. The Mets trade for my guy. Basically, you're swapping Sean Manaea's $20 million for Giancarlo Stanton's $20 million, right? So it's not like you're not picking up salary, and you'll have basically your Eugenio Suarez type guy at that $19-20 million range. And he's proven, right? Like Stanton is proven. He's already played in the NL East before, right? Even though that was a million years ago, right? But
yeah, but he can do it.
Yeah. David Smith is in the building. Salute. The thing is I don't want to trade for Stanton. I personally don't want to trade Manaea. I personally don't. Right? What I prefer to do is go into the season with quality pitching depth, play some baseball, see what it is that you need, and then make the trade. As opposed to making the preemptive trade and then realizing, like, holy crap, this thing in right field with Benj and Tauchman's not working. What right fielder can we trade for? All right. I'd like to see if Benj works, if Alvarez behind the plate works, if whoever at third works, and go from there. Right? Yeah. That would be my preference. Like, I wouldn't trade Senga and Manaea and Holmes unless there is a specific glaring. I wouldn't do it unless Devin Williams turns back in the pumpkin, strikes 12 with Devin Williams, and I need to go get a closer. Then I'm like, Lambert's not ready yet, right? Let's go out. Ross is not ready yet. Let's go out and get a guy.
They're ready. Send Ross now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see him though, bro. You know we're gonna see.
Oh, definitely. And Lambert's a future closer. I'm telling you now, he's a monster.
Right. Right. But to the trade you proposed, bro,
Mhm.
there is no way I'm giving up all of that for Kurtz.
All of it.
When I can try to give up all of that for Tatis. In my mind, I'm thinking Kurtz or Tatis. Tatis is 6 years older, but you're talking about all-world defense, bro. This guy,
But that doesn't matter. We have a positional need.
understood.
So it's not about that. It's about getting a 22-year-old kid that you could have for a long time, probably on a lower money that Tatis already has, and fit in with all the other young people, grow up with them,
He's younger than them.
right? And be a beast.
Here's my question to you.
We're looking,
Are you not concerned that he accumulated numbers in a college park?
Well, he didn't hit all of them there.
No, he didn't.
Are you not concerned Stan did? I mean, that's the smallest park in the world. Him and Phillies and the Yankees.
Yeah. I'm not concerned. I'm asking you if you're concerned.
No way.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's not
I mean, even with that team, they had that little short park where Bartolo Colon hit a home run at. You know, that little short part over there.
Yeah. I know, with the warehouse district. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that park. I mean, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah. I'm not trying to project like a fear from me to you. I'm just asking the question in general.
Oh, no. I don't feel any of that. I just it was I definitely think that I think moves are going to be made. I think they're going to take a handful of these pitchers and turn them into one of those guys. And I hope it's Kurt because he's young or whatever. But I don't think it takes nearly as much to get. Well, it depends because Sacramento is not super business savvy. And they have 0 pitchers. Where San Diego,
Right.
I think it'd be a harder time doing business for San Diego.
Right. No doubt.
National League, American League, also. You know what I mean?
Personality. I mean, front office personalities. Kind of like with us trading with Danny Ainge. Remember us trading with Danny Ainge? Remember how that? So you got a bunch of that going on. A franchise that maybe in over their head with salary. But what I'll say to you to that point too is this: consider this, because I feel you. I like the compilation idea, like compile your excess and consolidate.
Yeah.
But what if there's a world where you can just trade off piece by piece and replenish the farm with the guys that you lost? Right? What if there's a world where you can trade Senga for a top 85 prospect?
Right.
What if you could trade Mania for a top 100 prospect? Regardless of position, right? Regardless of position. Replenish all the what's the Drew guy we traded to the Padres? Drew the prospect.
Gilbert.
Drew Gilbert. Find you another Drew Gilbert, another Jet Williams, another Ronald Angel Acuna, except at 18 or 19 years old.
No, I hear you on that.
Right. Right. Is that do you value that, or would you much rather do the sum of it all? Manaya and Senga for Bubba Chandler from Pittsburgh. The 24
Bubba Chandler. That's their second best prospect.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's missing a lot of things, and they are getting better. I would like to improve our pitching in some sort of way. I would like to improve our first base situation, though I do believe in Beatty as an all-over. He was really good in right field today.
Right.
But then Benj, I really believe that the move is going to be, if we're going to make a trade, that means that Bo goes to DH. Beatty goes back to third. And somebody like Tatis or somebody else goes to the outfield. Now your bench is Talkman and all those guys.
Because you got to keep a second base. You got to keep somebody for the dirt, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get it. I'm not sure he signed recently, but there was whispers about OMG coming back. He is definitely
fan favorite.
He's definitely somebody that could be used on this team right now. And definitely I'd rather bring back OMG than Grimace. I'll tell you that. But yeah, JJ. That it's funny you said that. Ewing. I really wonder if I don't think they'll do it. But the type of so right now you're looking at Peralta opening day. I'll be there for it. It's gonna be Peralta schemes.
Okay. So we'll win. So we'll win 8-3 then. Basically, is what you're saying.
8-3 us.
Okay.
All right, 8-3. I'm gonna go with 7-2. I'm gonna hit you on the dollar like they do Price is Right.
Boom.
And then I think then they're gonna go McLean in the 2-hole. And then after that, if he could get it together, then we had a guy who was going for the Cy Young. But he's not ever going to be the guy who gets us more than 5 innings. You know what they're going to have to do? You know what they're going to have to do to Senga? They're going to have to Mitchell Robinson him.
Possibly. I think it should, bro. I think we can't discount how terrible the defense was. The defense.
I don't disagree with that. Just like I can't disagree with the fact that Pedro and Santana and DeGrom had 1,000,001 no decisions because we couldn't get them a run.
Right. Right.
So it's similar. It's similar. I get it. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
I feel you. What I'm saying though is when your defense is bad, now your pitchers feel like every pitch they throw has to be perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of the situations now they're in high leverage situations for no reason because the guy at third base can't catch a baseball. Right? Or the guy at second base doesn't have range. Like he's great at those balls in shallow center because he's got outfielder instincts. But those medium hit balls right behind the pitcher's mound, where you have to use foot speed charging the ball and contort your body to make throws to first, that's not Jeff McNeil, bro.
No.
Now you have Marcus Semien there.
He's gonna be a lot better than people think. He's a great fielder.
Right. Now that's what I'm saying. That is what's going to impact David Peterson, Kodai Senga, and Sean Manaea. And if somehow we can find a magic wand to shore up third base, now instead of us looking at bad defense in left, questionable defense in right, because we don't know how good Tauchman and Benj are going to be. We hope they're going to be good. The resume says that they're going to be good, but we just hadn't seen them in Citi Field yet. Citi Field and other fields are different places, right?
100%.
First base is going to be, and one of the things too, chat. One of the things that we hadn't paid attention to is this spring training. Everybody is running, bro. Bro, I saw a fat backup catcher steal a base, steal second.
That was me,
bro. That was you?
That was me.
Oh God, why you didn't say so?
Yeah, it was me. That was me, and Cat was chasing me, and he still couldn't catch me. Oh, David's here. I'm sorry, I couldn't have said that.
Right.
Now, Dave, Nimmo ran his course. He had a noodle for an arm. I miss him. And Pete, we should have gave money, but we didn't win nothing with them. But Pete would look good in this. The trade that everything we're talking about is, and DeGrom is one of the best pitchers ever. I don't know how old you are, Dave, but I'm old enough where I saw Dwight Gooden pitch for the first time.
Yeah, me too.
Best pitcher I ever seen live.
Yeah.
The second best pitcher I ever seen live for the Mets, not anywhere else.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw Greg Maddux at Yankee Stadium. We got lucky to get some seats, the leather seats behind home plate. Greg Maddux was throwing a wiffle ball, brother.
Yeah, and they weren't hitting it.
No, they weren't hitting it. They weren't swinging.
Do you know what he did, right? I don't know if anybody knows this. Greg Maddux came up throwing 98 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He had the rotated cuff.
Yeah.
And he became a better pitcher because he found he found how to place the baseball. And DeGrom was the second best starting pitcher I've ever seen as a New York Met.
Yeah.
For a little while, I thought it was going to be Harvey. He had some sick stuff. Remember, we had the Mets All-Star game was at Citi Field.
Yeah, a young Citi
Field. He struck out the side, a young man. Right, a young Citi Field, a young Harvey, started it, struck out the side. I got goosebumps.
Cespedes hit a bomb. I think
Yep.
he hit a bomb in that. Either he hit it in that game or home run derby. I think he hit a bomb in that game.
He hit a bomb in the game.
Yeah.
But
And
I think that was before we got him, right? Was that before we got him?
That's when Mets fans were warming up to the idea of trading for him. Remember, he was traded from Detroit to Oakland. Remember that?
Right. So he was on Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah.
He hit it in Citi Field in the upper deck.
Yeah.
It was a home run contest.
Before they moved the fences in. Remember
before anything was moved in.
Yep.
Upper deck, it was twice. It was a home run contest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I know that? I was there. It was very, very exciting. We got very high seats. But it's fun to be there. It's good.
It was fun to be there. One other thing that I want to ask you about, I guess, before we wrap up, man.
All right.
I have nerves. I'm gonna do a rapid fire and then get out of the way, and I just want to hear your thoughts on what has my stomach turning.
Okay, I'm gonna try something else with you too. So go ahead.
Yeah, and so chat, just bear with us because we hadn't had a chance to rock like we want to.
Right.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. I have rapid fire. I think Luis Robert is gonna be MLB Comeback Player of the Year. Right?
Yep.
I think the Rookie of the Year in the National League is gonna be Carson Bench, not Noah McLean.
But he might be Cy Young.
Yeah, and I also listen. I think Alvarez, not Beatty, is the breakout candidate this year. I think Beatty is going to be solid in a solid veteran way. I think Alvarez is going to be 340 home runs and about 120 RBIs. Right
now, your lips are God's ears.
Yeah, and one last thing. I think David Stearns is gonna this season. I'm not at the beginning of the season. This is a season prediction. I think David Stearns is gonna knock your socks off with the biggest blockbuster trade in Major League Baseball in the last 25 years. And I don't think it's because the market sets it up. I think it's because Steve Cohen is going to look at the Dodgers and be like, bruh, hey, go get me whoever.
Ronald Acuna.
Right now. Right. Whoever the best player in the American League is.
Right.
Or whoever, right?
Go get Nick Hurts, go get their center fielder and give whoever they want.
I don't think it's gonna be Ohtani, it's not gonna be Judge, of course.
No.
Right. But anyone else that's not those two, I think the owner, Steve Cohen,
is gonna make a move.
Feels like he owes the Mets franchise this player. And it may take Brett Beatty, it may take Jonah Tong, it may take Christian Scott, it may take
whoever
100 players, it may take Mauricio and all of that. But I think before the trade deadline, he is because and here's the thing, and I promise you I'm gonna move out of the way. I just need these last 10 seconds. When you read his body language about how desperate he is to see the Mets win at
not just him too. Yep.
right? Steve Cohen is turning 70.
Right. And his father-in-law is an even bigger Mets fan, and his wife too.
Yep. And so don't think a 70-year-old billionaire that wants to win a World Series in his lifetime is gonna take another cyclical failure. Remember, Steve Cohen, since he's been here, he's had cyclical failures. Go get Max Scherzer, fail. Go get Justin Verlander, fail. Go get such and such, fail. Go get such and such, fail. Add this piece, fail. Add this piece, fail. All these type things, right? But he also experienced what Citi Field is like when you almost win. Like, he was there for 2015 when the Mets could have won.
He gave us a 5-year prediction, and he didn't make it, and he doesn't seem like a man that takes stuff like that very lightly. He said, okay, I didn't do it in 5. I'm going to do it now. You're going to get 3 out of the next 5.
Yeah, 3 for 10.
Yep. 3 for 10, 2 for 5, 3 for 10. Exactly.
Right. All right. So I'm going to move out of the way, and you tell me what you think.
Okay. 1, I agree with you. I think there's going to be a blockbuster trade amongst 2 or 3 semi-blockbuster trades. So I think there's going to be a lot of action. I think there's going to be a pitcher coming here that we're not expecting, that could be a starter on another team and probably be our second pitcher, while McLean might be a third, because it's going to be somebody that's like 30 years old, already had a Cy Young, something like that. I think there's going to be a move made. I keep hearing one in Texas. If Texas is not winning, I can see us making a trade that brings us back a strong defending first baseman and Jacob deGrom. And I'm very serious about that. David, I heard it was about a different guy, but I'll chat with you about that later. But it could be. They're all basically like that.
Luis Robert.
Right. I think Luis, I'm going to go with this. I think that there's going to be a package deal. McLean's not going anywhere. Benj is not going anywhere. And as much as I love Ewing and everybody else, if a guy around their age has been crushing it, I am offering them for Nick Kurtz for the A's. I think our pitchers are going to do better than you think. I think Devin Williams will be better than you think. If Devin Williams is not as good, and I'm going to predict this too, the Mets are going to start getting deferred deals. He's seeing how it's working, but I don't think that's a make or break on a deal. I just think that you'll see that start happening with us because it's a good business move. And I just feel like, they're gonna go out for somebody. I think this team moves back. I think that as good as Lindor is, and his power, and how a lot of teams like Otani bats first and Acuna bats first and all these guys bat first, and they got power and they got speed, and Lindor bats first. Bichette is going to be here. I think Bichette stays. That's another one. I think this year Bichette hits 325, 25 home runs. I think that Soto hits 40, but he might get 25 steals, not 38 steals. I really, really believe that, and I wanna hope that your Alvarez call is correct, but I really believe that power bat, that first base power bat's coming, and you're gonna have to either find it, we need solid, strong third base power hitting. That's why I was so pissed off that we didn't sign Suarez, and we could have put Bo at DH, and we could have put Polanco at first, or we could have took Polanco, Robert Jr., whoever, and went out and got a first baseman and a right fielder, each hitting 30 home runs. And I think we're going to trade some of those guys and get some serious pitching. I'm also going to make a prediction. If they don't trade Ewing, he's going to make it to the major leagues this year.
Okay.
Starting lineup. I want my starting lineup to be pushed back. I know the big deal on get your best three hitters up, get them, make sure, because they get more things. I think this year you're going to see something different than you've seen in a long time. I don't know why. You may see a bench Polanco, Soto, Bichette, Lindor. It's going to be funky. If they go out and get Tatis, if they go out and get Kurtz, if they go out, I don't like the Durant kid so much as everybody else does. I don't think he's going to be as good as everybody thinks he's going to be. He's good, but he's not great. Like, I need great. I want to see all worldly come to this team.
Right. I think that's what Cohen's on.
Yep. And I'm okay with that. Look, ranked number 3 prospect now. AJ Ewing went from 13 to 8 to 3. I was about to show you to him. He's talking right now. Yep, he's a monster. I think he starts the year. You might see Robert Jr. start the bench.
Well, all right.
Can you play third?
No, I think he's a center fielder.
Put him out there.
I think he's a center fielder, but Luis Robert, man, when he has zero responsibility, he can just be a free athlete. He's elite defensively, and he can hit a little bit.
Well, his 1 year, he hit a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, we're gonna be deep to the bottom.
Yeah.
We're gonna be deep to the bottom.
Right.
How about this? Even though they signed him, would you go get The first baseman from the Brewers. The whatchamacallit brother, the old catcher from St. Louis.
Oh no.
No, was it St. Louis? Not St. Louis. The other one. I'm gonna dig into it when we get back. After we wrap right now, when we come back, and we'll come back soon. And I definitely am gonna do a few shorts, let people know. I just want to answer a couple of questions. So, Dave, Mauricio is a decent player. He has a lot of power for sure. But he has some kryptonite, and it's called off speed. He looks like a guy who never, ever picked up a baseball bat. And he doesn't have the smoothest hands in the field. And he runs like he's got a little bit of poop.
Support though. Like don't be fooled by the arm, right? Like
right, he's got a gun, but he doesn't have much range. That's why I think we could get a ton for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like you want that Stanton? How about I take Judge instead?
I bet you would.
I bet I would. I bet I would. Oh my God! Put that in the middle. All right, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, that's all I have, man. Thank y'all everybody for coming through and rocking. Those are my predictions thus far. It's been a long, busy week, so I have some other thoughts too, but didn't want to overwhelm anybody about me daydreaming of a championship. So, but thank y'all everybody for coming through.
You know, overwhelmed with me. I got the same daydream. Yeah. Keep daydreaming, everybody.
All right, on that, man, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you, everybody.
Let's go, Mets.